Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the Dork Souls Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Hector Navarro.
And I am Lisa Wallen. And today we have a very exciting episode because we have one of our favorite comedians ever.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Noah Copfer. We talk about Dark Souls and the Souls games, Elden Ring. He tells us his little engagement story. We talk about Japan. It's a lot. It's really nerdy. And I hope you guys stick around for
One of the best.
Patreon episode.
One of the best.
Because we're going to be talking about this stuff more.
And if you guys like this episode, be sure to like it, subscribe to it, leave a comment, leave us a review, 5 stars, wherever you're listening to your podcasts, and enjoy the episode.
Anyways, hi, how's it going?
Great.
This is our way of just starting because we do the intro. So every time we actually start the podcast, it's awkward.
It is always awkward.
How are you, Hector?
Good.
That's good.
What you been nerding out about lately?
A lot.
Okay, I got you beat.
Yeah, okay, probably.
I always have you. Whatever we talk about.
You're wearing a Star Trek shirt.
Yes, which means it's all automatically the nerdiest thing, way nerdier than whatever you're into.
Yeah, my Mariners baseball cap.
Not nerdy at all.
Yeah,
cool.
it's not.
Socially accepted.
Yeah.
It's fine. But
Great colors.
I've also been getting back into the Tron movies.
Oh,
that's
shit.
That's how nerd. I'm getting ready.
Oh, shit.
Getting ready for Tron Ares.
Shit. Have you played Tron movies? We haven't introduced you
I didn't know if I was about to talk.
You're in.
We haven't.
You're in.
We're going to, but
I played Tron like as a kid, like
Yeah.
in
That
my computer
arcade?
class. Yeah. And then I'd seen the movies, and then now I've been going to the movies more in the trailer for this new one.
It's sick.
As much as I am not a big Jared Leto fan.
Me too.
The visuals of it look better than most movies I've seen recently, and it makes me very excited
When
for
the
it.
light
hear that,
cycle like dissects a cop car.
Oh yeah. When they all
sick, dude.
come out of that
Yeah.
ship,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like,
Tron time.
yeah, Tron. It's Tron in time.
well, this is a great chance to introduce our guest today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One of our favorite people in the entire world, a highly requested guest amongst the two hosts right here.
Me.
One of my favorite dorks in the stand-up comedy scene, Mr. Noah Copfer.
What's up, bitches?
Is that how you say your last name?
Copfer, yeah.
Copfer. What a
Copfer.
what a mouthful of a
It's
last
German.
name.
Yeah, you gotta pronounce all those letters.
Copfer.
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 If you want to pronounce it correctly, you have to do it. Copfer.
I will say my only experience with Tron is that I saw the movie in theaters on shrooms, and
And we're talking about the sequel from 2010.
yeah, I was
you're not that old.
so high.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
I thought the whole
Did you
thing,
see it in 3D? Would
I
have
don't
added to
know.
the.
It felt like it.
You don't even remember. You were in it, man.
that was a time in my life where I did shrooms every weekend, and
Nice.
it greatly affected my brain development.
Uh-huh.
But I
Sick.
thought the whole movie was a cartoon. And
I mean,
when
in a way, it is.
and
It's
when I-
very animated.
And my friend was even more on shrooms than I was. She got up and tried to go to the bathroom, but thought she was locked in the computer. And
That's
so
really cool.
all you see is her pacing back and forth between each air.
Lisa, I'm in the grid.
And then she came back. She goes, "How do I get out of here?"
Lisa.
I was like, "There's a hole."
Go back to what you came. You're like, I can't. I left
And
a
so
trail.
I had to get up and guide her out of the theater. And there was only like 10 people in the theater, but they're probably like, those people are
Lisa,
high as fuck.
They're probably on mushrooms too.
Lisa, I don't want to be derezzed. How do I get to the bathroom?
Listen, I actually have not seen it since, so I still think it's a cartoon because I have not rewatched it. So
Noah, have you ever had a shrooms movie experience? Because I normally could not relate to what Lisa just said because she's way cooler than me, but I actually have I took edibles and went and saw a movie bad trip experience. But do you have anything like that?
I'll take edibles all the time going to the movies. That's fine. Like, I'm chill with that. I would say shrooms experience. I went to a friend's place, and it was my first time doing a bigger dose of shrooms. I had microdosed a bunch.
Mhm.
It was my first time doing we did like a heroic dose, and I was like, this will be fine.
heroic dose.
And then we just did it
Heroic?
Is
at
that
my
the
homie's
final boss of
apartment.
doses?
Yeah.
The
It's when the
heroic
it's when the bar shows up.
Oh, no.
There's music. Yeah.
Who is your friend? Super Mario? That was like,
yeah.
hey,
Well,
Noah.
it was my old roommate, and we're like, oh, we can handle this, but you have to do it outside, like, and go do stuff. And we tried to
Oh.
watch. We watched the Shazam, the second one.
Fury of the Gods.
Yeah, and everyone's changing sizes, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm changing sizes.
Oh.
And then we tried to watch Step Brothers to calm down.
Yeah.
And I was like, And I was like, everybody's face is moving.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Yeah,
And then, I had to call my
that's just a
fiance and have her
regular
come pick
movie.
me up.
That's a regular movie. Everybody's face is moving. That's a regular movie.
No, like, like Swiss cheese. Like, everything was crazy.
It depends on the shrooms, for sure.
Whoa.
Sure.
Because being outside is nice, but you can going to the movies on shrooms is a good experience because you have a good body high, and like, movies are a lot more interactive.
Hey, we'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
But then you think you're locked in the Tron computer, and then you have to have someone guide you.
I had my experience, which was not good, was edibles, and I don't normally smoke or do edibles or anything. This is like a one time with my buddy who is more of a smoker. Yeah, I'm stupid. I'm uncool and dumb, Lisa. Yes, this is most of the podcast. I say something and Lisa goes, "You fucking dork," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Listen, you're not going to be belittled by someone who thinks Tron's a cartoon.
Yeah,
okay.
She's not wrong. It kind of anyway. We went and saw 10 years ago now this year, Mad Max Fury Road. And I took edibles, and since I'm not like I think I took too much. It was fine, but I got too stressed when we got to the part, and I think it was even the second time I was watching the movie. I'd already seen it one time, but we got to the part where it was at nighttime and they're crossing the desert, and if you remember, they just randomly show people like on stilts.
Oh, the freakiest part of the movie.
With like a bird mask, and the movie doesn't pull over to explain that. So I remember my bad trip was I was like, wait a minute, is that real people? Are they really mutated? And I got really uncomfortable and really sad and stressed out and freaked out. I'm like, wow, no, I don't like this. You have to explain this. What's going on? And so that's my experience with Mad Max.
Yeah, dude, those are I hate birds anyway. They're very scary to me. So that when I saw that in the movie, I was like, okay, it 9 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10. Now.
Yeah.
Just a whole point for that.
Just for the birds.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Jurassic movie? There's big birds in that.
No, but thank you for telling me.
Yeah. So
bird warning.
You might think it's cool. I don't know if that makes it good or worse for you.
No, it'll make it worse.
Worse. Okay. That level of bird. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have. I mean, I'm scared of heights. Everyone is keep giving me recommendations for the UK. Is like, go on the top of this tower. I say no. Go on the top.
God, it must suck. Like, you got to check out this view. Where is this 9,000 feet in the air?
Fuck you on this view. Okay.
Like, no way.
I can't even look over my balcony at 3 stories.
I know, dude.
I think it's every tall person I know is scared of heights.
Really?
I think we see the perception of death just a little bit more, because you're so low to the ground, and then the tall people are like, "Oh, if I fall over, I'll die."
Wow.
So
when you wear like heels, is that scary too? Because you're a little taller, and you're like,
it is. Yes, I'm just like Slender Man, and also I just look like a sleep paralysis demon because I don't know how to walk in heels, so I just do the NPC stance.
That's accurate. Sure.
Hell yeah, dog.
Yeah, that's great.
So besides Tron movies, what else are you dorking out on?
I'm dorking out about how excited I am that Noah's finally on this podcast.
I'm dorking out about that.
I just want to give
you
guys the
enough
floor.
About me.
Really?
Time for our guests.
I just want to give you guys the floor because I was saying before we started rolling, like Lisa basically invented this podcast for you.
Noah. Noah's the true star.
To give you the platform of you have to nerd out about Dark Souls. You guys love this game so much. Look at you. Look at you. You guys look like troublemakers on a playground. Like you're about to get into some mischief.
The shark from Nemo. I'm like,
we're getting into some mischief.
Yeah.
Yes, Noah.
Did you say the shark from Nemo?
Yeah, when in the blood, that's good.
I will say, what's funny is like I saw Noah's clips ahead of time. I was like, oh, this guy seems dope because you're wearing the corn hat.
Yeah.
It was the corn logo, like the band, but it was spelled like corn.
The food.
Like the
Oh, that is a great hat.
Like
I love that.
Is it a grain?
I love that.
Corn is a grain, isn't it?
It's maize, Lisa.
It's a root.
It's a root.
It's a vegetable.
It's a something birds eat, actually.
Yeah,
so I saw you do that, and then I don't know if you posted something in your story, you talked about it, but you mentioned Dark Souls or Elden Ring, and I was like, oh shit, just gonna be my bestie,
best friends.
I think it was my best friend.
I think it was around the time the DLC was about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it hadn't been out yet, so I was like posting how I was like it was the trailer or something. I think is when we really started being like.
What is it? Why do you guys love the game so much? Tell us, Noah.
Brother.
There it is. Oh my God.
I don't know. So I
don't know.
Growing up,
you went from cool guy to 90s bully. You're about to be like, brother, let me tell you why.
Anyway, you guys want to get dunked in toilets, huh? Oh, listen up, all right?
You look
the
like
game is fun. I like the challenge.
You look like you play Crossfire. Get into it.
I like how you somehow...
I'm a big Escape from Tarkov guy.
I like how you came from Brooklyn.
When you're I don't know.
Like growing up, I didn't. My parents weren't big on video games until I was like a little bit older, but I played like zombies. Like that was my big thing, like Call of Duty just for the zombies. I like the zombies. I like the round-based kind of thing. My first experience with Souls games wasn't until Elden Ring came out. I was watching people play it. I knew about Dark Souls. I knew about the series, but I had never
Bloodborne.
played them. And then Elden Ring was my first experience. And then I like didn't play anything else practically since it came out.
What?
And it's ruined your life.
It's ruined my life, but now since Night Rain has come out, I've only played Night Rain since it came out.
What's Night Rain?
So Night Rain is the like more multiplayer, fast-paced
polyamorous
version.
Souls
The
game.
polyamorous one with three at a time.
3 and now 2. They added duos.
But not cross-platform.
Not
We still can't
cross-platform.
play.
Still can't play.
Oh man!
Unfortunately.
Why y'all have different platforms?
I play on PC.
Yeah, I play on PS5. That was the free
PS5.
one I
Cool.
got.
Okay.
When they give you
Yeah.
free codes, they're like, here's PS5 because you're a fucking nerd.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
You don't get the cool people PC
Elden
one.
Ring Night Rain is just Elden Ring with Sekiro movement, and like it has like a Fortnite closing like
Yeah.
circle.
It's
Cool.
condensed.
But you still fight
Elden
bosses. It's not. There's no like PvP.
You're
It's
just
still
fighting-
PvE, but
Okay.
you can have a team that you do, and it's takes place over 3 days. At the end of each night, you fight a boss. On the third night, if you make it there, you fight one of the Night Lords, and there's 8 of them.
But
And how long does each day take?
45 minutes, 15.
15 minutes
Each
for a
day
day?
takes about like 15. Each
Great.
match takes between like
45 to an
35,
hour.
40
Okay.
minutes,
Yeah.
depending. Like
Which is great.
'cause-
I don't need 5 hours because I
no,
will.
it's great because I'll just run like matches and stuff. You start like you can earn relics that you can use that carry over like abilities to your next game.
Wait, what's your name? What's your like screen name?
It's the same for most of it's Noah 2 Stressed. with
Oh,
the
mine
number
is
2.
Magnum Dong.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is, I just found out, I was playing with friends yesterday. Mine is censored. I guess because the 2 S's in stress are next to each other. Those are asterisked out
Why?
What?
for like ass. I don't know.
You can't even do it. Producer Alex is a chuckle.
I'm literally Magnum Dong, but you're.
I know, and mine, everyone's like, whoa, dude, what's up with your name? Like, why'd you spell it like that? And I'm just like,
Just a bunch of
stressed?
slurs just all together.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But you said you went from zombies to that. So what was the big thing about the
why,
Souls like?
Yeah, why'd you jump into Elden? I mean, Elden Ring, to be fair, was like a phenomenon. And
Yeah.
nobody could avoid it. So was that
No.
the thing that made you go, oh, I should check this out?
Well, so I would say the biggest, the
like
game
you
that
like
had-
pain?
the one game that had the most impact on me growing up was Skyrim. I played
Ah.
Skyrim religiously, and I still went back. I modded it a bunch, but my issue always with Skyrim was that the combat wasn't what I wanted it to be. The setting was incredible. I love, like, I still listen to, like, whenever I'm stressed, I'll listen to the Skyrim soundtrack. It's like the most like soothing thing in the world to me.
Wow.
But the combat was never there. So when I was watching, when Elden Ring was coming out, I was like debating playing like Dark Souls 3, but then when Elden Ring was coming out, I was watching people no hit and like speedrun it because I'm always fascinated by people who do that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'll just get Elden Ring. And then I started playing it, and the learning curve of like fighting the bosses was so fun to me. And so I
And
just
also
really
stressful.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah,
But
it
Noah,
is.
you're
I
too
thought-
stressed.
what
How,
is a-
you enjoyed it, but you're too stressed. But you enjoyed
It's
it.
so funny because I'm a very anxious person. Like I
Yeah.
take medication for anxiety, but it's like I like the creator like had a good thing of like there's no difficulty scaling in the game because it's how can you accomplish the thing you want to do in any of the different methods that the game gives you. So I like being able to like I beat this boss in whatever method I did, and then going back and like trying to no hit the boss
That's
or
why
do it
Night
with different
Rain's
things.
good.
Night
'Cause
Rain's
you-
because it's
'cause
just a boss rush essentially.
Oh.
But also, the whole reason why Miyazaki made Souls-like games is because he was terrible at video games. Because he was like, I couldn't get past like any levels in like Mario, and I kept dying, so I wanted to make dying worth it.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, oh, you gotta be like a good gamer. I'm like, actually, you could be a shitty gamer
Mhm.
and play these games because dying is all part of the game.
You just got to be persistent.
You just gotta be a little crazy.
That's really interesting, and that is another like piece I would use for the proof of no, video games are art
Mhm.
because the creator Miyazaki, not Hayao Miyazaki,
No,
a
different Miyazaki.
different Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Created the game based off of, well, my experience with Mario was this. I interfaced with an art and it did this to me
Mhm.
and it inspired me to do this art. That's sick, dude.
My
Yeah,
first
that's tight.
see, my first one was Bloodborne
Yeah.
because I
Mm.
really wanted to play a horror game that I hate horror games because they're so slow. And I was like,
Yeah.
I want to play a horror game that isn't slow. And everyone's like, well,
Oh.
Bloodborne is kind of a horror game.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
so I watched trailers. I'm like, this looks fucking sick.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I played it and I hated it. And then I beat it, and then I repeated it again. I was like, wow, it's so much easier now.
You played it and you hated it because it was so hard?
It was so hard. The first boss took me like an hour.
Is the
Bloodborne.
Father Gassy Gus.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Bloodborne.
I didn't know if it was not the cleric beast.
The cleric beast I accidentally skipped.
I think you told me that.
Yeah, I went to the second boss. But then I played Elden Ring. Elden Ring was so easy to me. Because I had played.
You were raised on the Bloodborne.
Yeah, that's nice, right? Because I played Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3 before then.
Yeah.
So I already understood the mechanics of the Souls games. And what was funny is that they kind of predicted that Elden Ring was going to be a lot of people's first. So they put the Golden Tree Sentinel right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because anyone who's played those games said, avoid that motherfucker because he's going to kill me. And people who didn't was like, I think I can go for that guy.
I think what helped me is I watched so many people play it before I bought it. I was watching no hit runners play it. And so that's my favorite thing to do is like, because then I'll see some of the things that they do, even with like Night Rain, even though it's not a typical Souls game.
Yeah.
It's still like, there's still the strategies and things like, so I knew immediately when I played, I was like, I'm skipping that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm skipping Tree Sentinel. But then Margit still gave me the hardest time. I almost quit when I got to Fire Giant. Then I finally beat it. And like now it was like I had friends that were like, can you help me beat this boss? And then I would go in and like I don't know, it's just the getting the practice and like knowing the routing and the patterns for the bosses is always so fun. That like it's tough when I fight it the first time, but then when I go back, if it's one I struggled with and now it's like a cakewalk, it's my favorite thing.
You feel so accomplished.
That's me with Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Elden Ring I can't replay because it's open world. I'll just ruin my life again.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
I think after playing Night Rain, I won't go back to regular Elden Ring.
I won't. I have no control over when it comes to open world because I will explore and get everything again. I can't do it.
I like that in an open world game though. But once you've experienced the more just like fighting the bosses style, you're like, oh, I'm gonna stick with this.
It's quicker, and also there's quality of life things. Like in Night Rain, there's no fall damage, which is on its own is enough for me to be like because the fall damage in other Souls games is like pretty.
But it scares the fuck out of you still because you're like, oh, I'm gonna die.
Not me. Now I'm afraid if I go back to Elden Ring, I'm gonna jump because you can jump off mountains in Night Rain.
Have you played Sekiro?
Not yet.
Yeah.
You that has been the game that since I've met you, you've been like, play that because I've only played.
There's also no fall damage in that game.
I've played Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 3. I've played a couple of times because I love that one, and then I played DS1 like twice.
You gotta play DS2,
Damn,
man.
dude. We got so deep in this conversation. You got into like the letters usage of you went into DS1. You guys were just
not to be confused with Death Stranding one.
Nintendo DS1.
Nintendo DS1. I had one of those. I had a DS1.
Yeah.
Cool.
I beat that. I threw it against the wall. Boss down.
I had the 3DS. It was sick, dude.
No hit that fucker.
I think what's so funny to it. Well, you and I are opposite because I played Dark Souls 3 first, which I think is, I don't know, is that your favorite? What's your favorite Miyazaki
Lisa,
game?
you two are not opposite. You're the same. Continue. Continue.
It depends. I think right now it's probably Night Rain because I've been playing Night Rain, but I think if I look at the one I've spent the most time with, it's Elden Ring for sure.
Yeah, see, mine's Dark Souls 3.
Yeah. I think,
Okay.
If I look at which game has my favorite bosses, it's probably
Dark
DS3.
Souls 3, yeah.
My favorite boss in Elden Ring as a whole, and I don't care, is Bale. Bale, I think, is the best boss that Miyazaki's ever made.
He's a big dragon.
The build up to the fight that you go up into the mountain is incredible.
It's very Ocarina of Time.
Although I think, and this is one of my big problems that I wish Miyazaki or like the Souls company did more in general. Because it happens.
Write a letter to From Software.
Mr. Ware, Mr. FromSoft. This is the only character that does this in Elden Ring is Morgott and Margit. But I like when there's dialogue in the boss fight.
Yeah.
And when Osiris does that in DS3, it is my favorite. The dialogue happening while you're fighting, for some reason, makes it more like spooky to me. Like,
or when they have like a second phase and they're like,
like when they not when there's a cutscene, but when I'm talking like, when you're fighting Morgott and he's like, the throne sting by my curse, and when it's happening while you're fighting, it just adds more weight to it. Osiris is like looking for this child while you're fighting it, and you're like, and then but I think close with Bale is Gale. from DS3.
Slave Nightingale's best.
Slave Nightingale is unreal.
best.
Both of those.
He
I
also
think
says, "Give me your Dark Soul," and you're like, "Oh, he said the thing," you know?
Oh.
for my lady's painting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like when you play Kingdom Hearts and Mickey's like, the Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if he ever says that. I'm
For
not
Kingdom
sure.
Hearts.
I don't know if he ever says it in the game.
This
It's like
is
in
the
Lego Star Wars.
Ocarina
So
of
he's like,
Time.
it's like Star Wars, but
Yeah.
Lego.
Yeah.
You know, they get really meta about it.
Cool.
Mine
Yeah.
is like with those games, everything about something I love about each one of them. Like Bloodborne, I love the aesthetic is my favorite, and the lore is the easiest to actually like get along with.
I had a question about that, but keep going. Keep going.
No, you say it.
I was going to ask you because I kind of know that the answer for this is yes. Noah, have you gotten into the lore of these games? Like Lisa has comic books of this stuff. Lisa has like I think do they have novels? So they have like
the comic book
tie-in
that you
novels
got
or
me
no?
is just what they have for Dark Souls, but then I also have the Bloodborne comics.
There's
which
Bloodborne.
are
Okay.
all right.
Have you gotten
Yeah.
onto all that extra stuff?
Yeah. For Elden Ring, for sure. I feel like even for DS3, like I don't usually do it like as I'm playing. I like to like
do it after.
kind of do it after, like on multiple playthroughs, like or while I'm watching.
Do you watch
like
Vadi Vidya?
I do, of course.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
also like I
He's
was
a
just
great
in
Souls
I was just in
YouTuber.
Tokyo with my fiance, and I got one of the big Elden Ring like art
Fiancé.
concept books.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like the vagueness of the lore. I know for some people that's like they're like, I don't really know what it's about. It's like it doesn't matter. Get big stick, hit.
You
win.
know, the lore is kind of like a troll thing too. Is
Yeah.
that the whole point of like Dark Souls is that all the lore is in the item descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
And since no one reads item descriptions, you won't figure out the lore unless you read them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
that is kind of a troll
Vadi
move.
Vidya is like a big From Software YouTuber, but his whole like line is world's best item description reader. Like
That's funny. I
like
actually didn't know that.
professional
Yeah.
item description reader because
Yep.
that's where all the lore is.
Yeah.
And that's why I
I
also
love that.
love Dark Souls 3 because there's such a huge build up because
Mhm.
you're like, oh shit, like we're inside Lothric Kingdom, and then you go and you fight the prince, and then
Mhm.
and then you fight the Soul of Cinder, and you're like, oh, this is fucking badass.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that as much with Elden Ring though. Elden Ring felt like really spooky Family Feud.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Spooky Family Feud
Yeah, that's
with
the
Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Who's the Steve Harvey of the game?
you kind of.
Gale.
We're Steve Harvey.
You're Steve Harvey in Elden Ring, trying to get rid of everyone's family feud. It's like a big.
Tell me where you want your Dark Souls to sit. My face. Yes.
Sit
Come
on
on.
it!
Sit on it.
You gotta find the
Yes.
ring of the shattered family. You gotta put it back together.
That is true. It's this big family drama, and you're like, solution, guys. What if I killed all of you?
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
And they're like, hey.
Yeah. In Bloodborne, it's like there's so many allegories for like women's menstruation and like
cool.
pregnancy and all the abortion.
Like
and stuff.
Pixar's Turning Red?
Yeah,
I
it
love
is.
it. I
But,
love it.
but
That's
for
great.
adult, it's
Very
turning,
similar.
Yeah,
it's actually
yeah,
turning
cool.
red for adults.
Cool.
That's really
I love
all
that.
How
it
funny
is.
if they made a Soulsborne of seeing red.
Like you try to explain the plot. I'm like, I don't know. The moon gives birth and they
Yeah.
drink its period blood and they become beasts. And
You
they're
gotta eat
like,
umbilical
fuck
cords
yeah.
and things.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, you have to eat 4 umbilical cords to get the true
And
ending.
let me
you're
guess,
like, what?
The creator of this entire gaming world is the most soft-spoken, polite Japanese man. Let me guess. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like interview. It's just like translation. Like I decided to have the player eat the umbilical cord of
for the true ending.
before you get. Yeah. It's just like all right.
and then
man,
you turn
great.
to a squid. At
well
the
balanced,
end.
well
It's-
balanced person.
Yeah.
I love Japanese people for that reason exactly. That they do the most fucked up shit in their art, but they're just like super chill and nice and calm.
But it's also like there's no weird like because we talked about this with Dandadan, how it's
Mhm.
like Dandadan's good, but they have this weird relationship with girls being abused and
Yep.
sexualized, and also yeah,
Mhm.
the Souls games are like there's a trans person in DS1, we don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I love Dan. I would say like in the first episode, that was like my issue. I would say it's mellowed out quite a lot since then.
Mhm,
But I think I was
mhm.
talking with you about this. That is like for someone who's recently got into anime, that was a problem for me. Was like trying
Fan
to
service is what they call
trying
it.
to find an
Dude.
anime that didn't
know.
have that.
I know.
I mean, my Delicious in Dungeon is one of my favorites.
There
I
you
love
go.
that that's not really a thing.
Yeah.
I think it also, I mean, it's one of the reasons why I think I've talked with you about this, that I absolutely hate Berserk.
Mm.
Yeah.
Even though it
Is
would,
it like misogynistic and weird and stuff? I haven't seen it
It's
yet.
a lot of
yes, and because
Okay.
here's the thing, I got into
R.A.P..
it is relating
Ah.
to Souls
Mhm.
is because the creator of all that is like one of the big inspirations in the through lines you see through all the
Is
Souls
Berserk.
games is Berserk.
Because it's this medieval fantasy type. Okay.
There's not
Sure,
a lot
and,
of
like,
dark
even the-
fantasy.
Yeah.
Even a lot of there's weapons taken from like there's bosses designed after things and that. So I was like, oh, I'll watch the 1997 I think like version,
Which I also watched on shrooms when I was 19.
Yeah,
Terrible
and
decision.
I liked where it was going, but then it just becomes it's like they can't have they can't have a female character without her being sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
It's for no reason.
Yep.
Really. I mean, and I'm sure there's people that, all the guys who have it on their gym bags or like the brand of sacrifice tattooed are like, you gotta look, it's about a minute. It's like I can watch
Sure.
Batman and get the same idea. You
Sure.
know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it just became one of those where I was like, it was just so
It's gross.
it was really gross. And
Yeah.
it didn't sit like in that. And while other animes that do fan service aren't that egregious, I
Mhm.
do find a lot of times if I'm watching an anime and I'm enjoying the story and it gets to that, I go,
Yeah.
That's
what are
why-
we doing?
That's why
Like-
Mob Psycho is great because they're very much like we do not sexualize any women or females in
Just
the
the
show
men.
whatsoever. Only Reagan,
That's
who's
right.
tattooed on my hand.
Yep.
yeah.
And in
Lisa's
order
talked
to
about that.
animate him, because he was ugly in the manga, they actually surveyed women in their 30s working in corporate like business in Japan.
Hell yeah.
And they're like, what are some of the like body language or things that you see men do that is really sexy? And so they were like, oh, I really love men that use their hands a lot when they're talking. And so that's why Reagan uses his hands a lot. They really made Reagan like the
Wow.
only sexualized character, and he's still like a giant nerd.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I'm like, why'd they animate him like that? They didn't have to
You know
slowly
why.
put the cigarette on his lips
You know
while he's
why.
lighting it. Like
That's great.
Or even like Toto from Jujutsu Kaisen.
yeah.
He's one of my favorite anime characters. What kind of women are you into? And he's the buffest. Like,
Yeah.
but even that, it's like, even on that topic, like that anime is not like, they're not doing that fan service.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean,
I had the same issue too with Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is another.
Yeah.
People love that, and but I've also been told like, well, that's an anime that you can't really do entry level because it's like a mecha anime,
Mhm.
but it's also commenting on a bunch of the tropes that other mecha anime from like the 70s and 80s
Yeah.
and 90s was doing that I've never seen. And I don't, it's like
Right.
because I'm a big comic book guy.
Mhm.
It's the same reason I will not recommend like Watchmen for like a person's first comic book. Cause I'm like, well, this is commenting on a bunch of tropes and shit
Oh,
from other
interesting.
It's
superhero comics.
convoluted.
So I'm like, you kind of have to have some under your belt. You have to read some old stuff from the 60s and 70s. And then I hand you Watchmen and you go, hey, is this commenting on this? Yes, now you got it. But with Neon Genesis, everyone's like, oh, it's the most brilliant, mind-blowing, like it's the end-all be-all greatest anime ever. And you watch it and there's amazing stuff in it. And then you get to, is this just a woman running around in her underwear with like a shirt on and like in an apartment? And it's like, oh, look at me. I'm an older sexy lady and you're like a teenage boy. And I'm like, why is this in this? This is crazy. And,
That's why-
and even if it's a layer
Yeah.
of, oh no, it's commenting on, I'm like, well, it is, but it still has it.
yeah.
And for me, I don't have that context. So
Yeah, I agree. I think you could comment on it without, because I think there's a point
Yeah.
where commenting on it becomes a cover for you just having it in
just
there.
absolutely for you
And
just doing it.
I think for me, that's what Berserk felt like. It was like,
Mm.
it's like, everyone's struggling and all that. And I go, listen, there's so many other animes that do such an incredible job showing like the turmoil that, this is coming from, I'm not a woman, but like seeing like having much more developed character arcs
Right.
than just getting like assaulted by
Yep.
all these other characters.
Yep.
While that is an unfortunate, terrifying issue that women face, if that is the sole reason that character exists in your anime, it's just unfortunate.
There
to
is
me.
a anime that is very heavily relied on fan service that is
That you
actually
love.
very good. Kill
Uh-oh.
a Kill.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah,
Kill
here
a
it is.
Kill.
SpongeBob,
People
handsome Squidward.
who
What is
ha-
it? Kill?
Kill a Kill.
Kill a Kill. Okay.
And it's,
Go on.
They are all teenagers and they're all half naked. And the whole point.
We're out. Noah and I are
But
out.
here's the thing.
Nope.
The whole thing,
Keep trying.
the whole
We're
thing
out.
about this anime is it takes the fan service trope and it's like if they wear less clothes, they become more powerful, and it's like very comedic. It's not like you're
Okay.
watching and you're like, oh, they're being sexualized. You're like, this is so goofy, and that's like a good example. But
Mm.
most of the time, it just feels like, oh, we got to add in some perverted shit in
Mhm,
there, and I'm like,
mhm.
yeah, but this doesn't make sense in the story.
To that reason, that's what I feel about Dan. I feel they were doing it for the comedic. I think in that, because I think the one where it got the closest was when she gets abducted.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, if you get abducted, like they take clothes, like, she's not fully naked,
Nah.
which is like some animes
Yeah.
I've turned on and I've seen that and I'm like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
I think
Yeah.
my problem with Dan is that there's an ongoing theme of girls being like, oh, grandma watches over the girls that were sexually abused. Then the next episode, this mom gets the shit beaten out of her by these guys.
Yes,
and I'm
that's
like,
true.
can we
a lot
stop?
of trauma.
Mm.
It is. It's true.
Can we
That's true.
stop doing this to women every
Yeah.
episode? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
a
know
lot
what's
of
great,
tragic backstories.
Yeah.
Sakamoto days.
So I'm going to say is fantastic.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, dude.
That is basically Gintama because
good.
Sakamoto, the main character, is voiced by the
By
same
your arm.
character as Gintama.
It's so funny you have just a chart on you.
Yeah.
Just a chart.
It
Well,
really is.
If you watch this, you can then move to this.
Yeah.
and then
It's
go to
almost
this
the
and-
same as like if a marine biologist had like the food chain chart
Yeah.
tattooed on
Listen,
them.
I never get to talk about Gintama ever because nobody watches it.
Mhm.
But
Go, have at it.
Gintama is great too because like one of the main characters in the show is a female prostitute.
Mhm.
She is never once sexualized. All the
Mhm.
guys, they're either naked in the other show. There's
Yep.
always some weird gay thing going on between them. It's so funny because it's like we're gonna do the exact opposite. We're gonna make all the men the fan service and all the women are just gonna stand in the background, and it's so funny.
Mhm.
But like Sakamoto Days is very much inspired by Gintama.
Oh wow.
And Sakamoto Days, you should watch, is good.
Sure,
It's-
okay.
So funny.
It's about
I'll
this
watch
guy
it.
who's like an ex-assassin, gets married, has kids, and then
Gets really fat.
gets really except for
Oh yeah, I've seen that
when
cosplay.
yeah, except
Big
for
dudes
when
love cosplaying that character.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
it's
I
awesome.
love if I see you in person and you're dressed as Sakamoto.
Yeah,
Big hug for you.
big hug, picture. It's just
Picture.
like how like skinny white women loved Arcane, Jinx from Arcane. When that character came out, they were like, "I'm doing this character all the
my
time for
abs will be
cosplay."
out.
Yeah, awesome.
I was so
good.
obsessed with that. I would too.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
loved Arcane.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Pretty sweet.
I don't cosplay. Every cosplay I've done was a Gintama character.
Really?
Except for my Elden Bling. That was
That one was good.
Yeah.
Me and my
Elden
fiance
Bling.
recently were talking about like
I love that you say fiance now.
Yeah, man. It's
I
like
know,
the
it's-
third.
it's
No
taking
one's
a drop.
recently engaged.
It's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Yes, I got engaged in Japan.
Awesome.
Which was very fun.
Wait, can
That's
you
how you know
tell
it's
the
real.
story?
I can.
Yeah, I would love to hear it.
So-
we still have a half hour left. I want to hear the
Mhm.
story.
Oh wow, this has been going by so fast. He's
He's like, it feels like it's been here for 2 hours.
No, I've been having so much fun. It's
Okay,
been
great.
so great.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so she had no idea. We've been together for 6 years. I ordered the ring back in March, I think. I knew I wanted to do it this year. I didn't know where. And then she was like, it's a big birthday. I want to go somewhere out of the country. We decided on Japan. I was like, well,
Hell yeah.
I want to
Hell
do it
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'd never been. It's a bucket list thing. It's now the only place I really ever want to go again.
Of
It's
course.
incredible.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Lisa and I first hung out in Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
That's how
fact,
we met in
yeah.
person.
Actually, I'll tell you that story real quick.
He's like, how does that work?
So,
That's cool.
Him and I were friends online for like 10-ish years because
Yeah, for a long time.
through old Twitch channel because it was
Mhm.
through the Hyper RPG, wasn't it?
Mhm,
And that
mhm.
was like 2015.
So I knew people that I worked with in LA that then went up to Seattle and like basically hired Lisa and worked with her. So then through that, just like online, oh, I'll follow her, stand-up comedian, cool, great.
Yeah.
So we had known each other just through internet,
Mm.
and for whatever reason, thought I was cool enough to go, oh yeah, you're cool, and vice versa. I mean, Lisa's great, but this is what happened. She posted, she goes, well, when you just like are online friends with a person, you don't know how. Like you don't know if like, oh, are they just being nice and like, oh, for work reasons
Sure.
or whatever. I
Yeah.
guess I never talked to you about this, huh? They're
No.
like, it was very cool for you to respond in this way. She posted about, hey, I'm gonna go do stand up in Tokyo
Mhm.
on these dates. And I was looking at the dates and I was like, whoa, me and my girlfriend actually are going to be in Japan at that same time. So I messaged Lisa. I'm like, hey, Lisa, can me and my girlfriend come and see you do stand up in Tokyo? And she was like, hell yeah, awesome. Come on over. So we got tickets and then we met in person. And then when she met Abby, she was like, Hector, get out of the way. Abby's super
yeah,
cool.
have you met his girlfriend?
Abby
She's
vo-
the coolest
yeah,
woman
yeah,
that's
yeah.
ever existed.
Yes.
Yeah. Abby, voice actor, super cool, super nerdy. But like, it was very cool that Lisa was like, yeah, for sure. And then we hung out in Tokyo and then we went to a monkey park and it was really cool.
Yeah.
Monkeys.
I love
walking
that
around.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
dude,
went
it
to
was
Kyoto
great.
Forget my
together.
engagement story.
It was
That's a
great.
fun,
And
sweet
yeah.
story.
Yeah, it's cool.
And also, his girlfriend speaks fluent Japanese.
Yeah.
And
She's so nice.
Yeah.
Also, I'll have to show you a picture. We now have like because we got a bunch of figurine stuff while we were in
Yeah. It's hard
Tokyo,
not to.
and
Oh, yeah, she got
the wonderful stuff that she signed, and then the stickers that I got are on in our
Aw.
anime corner, which is so
Oh,
sweet.
nice.
And
Okay,
yeah.
so but to go back to your story, you have a ring. You're in Japan.
I'm in Japan. There's budding friendships happening all around me. And so I had the ring already. I didn't know I knew I was going to do it in Japan. We were going to try and do a day trip to Kyoto. I want to do it somewhere greener in Japan. Tokyo is like beautiful, but it's very industrial. So I wanted to do it in a cute spot. We ended up going to Hakone, which is like near Mount Fuji.
Yes.
So literally
Took the train out there?
you have to take a train.
Yep.
You have to take the romance car. You have to take
it's called the romance car.
The romance
too. I
car.
love it.
You have to take a smaller train. You have to take a gondola and like a cable car.
So you went Hakone.
Like to the lake out there.
I was too scared to do that.
Whoa.
Now, the problem is though, is because since my girlfriend, now fiance, had no idea she was getting proposed to. This is the last day of our trip. This is a few weeks ago. It's 90 degrees with humidity. The day comes, she got a bad coffee and she's like, hey, I'm not trying to be difficult, but like, I don't want to go today.
Yeah.
And I
sure thing, babe. Yeah, no problem, babe. Oh my God.
We don't fight. Like it's a thing. We communicate very well. We don't fight. In my brain, I was like, how do I force this woman to go on this trip today? I was like, I can't raise my voice.
How do I begin the rest of our lives by forcing her to do this that I need her to do?
Right. I was like, normally I'd be like, yeah, it's hot, like whatever. But I was like, even then, like I was like, okay. So then in my brain, I go, I think I'll really have fun. Like it'll be a great thing because they do this, these full-scale pirate ship boat tours.
Have you done this
on the lake near
this
Mount
is amazing.
Fuji? It's incredible. If you do it, if you go to Tokyo, you can buy something called a Hakone free pass.
Okay.
Oh,
Buy it. It covers your travel from Tokyo and back to all the things to get to Hakone. It's incredible. But she's like, I don't really want to go. I was like, I think I'll have a fun time. The boat ride seems incredible. She was under the impression that it was just all these different regular trains. And she's like, it's a lot of bullshit travel. Once we got on the smaller train, which goes, it goes through the mountains. There's like tunnels. You go on the gondola over sulfur.
She was super happy.
She was on board.
How did you get her on board to that first stage? What did you do to convince her?
It just became a thing. It's like, hey, it's our last day. We want to do something kind of out of the way. It'll be like a fun experience thing. I told her if we get off the first train
and it sucks
and it's
then we're
too
done?
hot, we'll leave. And then my brain is like, and I'll figure the fuck out where I'm proposing to. Because I was like, because it's happening today.
But you said she had a bad coffee?
It was one of those things where it was like hot and she had a coffee that wasn't very good. And it was that thing where she's like, I'm exhausted. Like,
yeah, okay.
It's the woman thing where the first thing today sucks, the rest of today's going to suck.
Yes, I thought you were describing like she woke up, got a coffee, had instant diarrhea.
No,
like, babe, I need you to pull it together.
She had a coffee.
What a beautiful engagement story. My girlfriend had diarrhea that day.
She was pissing out her ass.
Can I stay in the room? Babe, you need to get up out of the room. Let's go.
Carry a bucket. We'll be fine. No, she had a coffee that tasted like diarrhea. And she's like, all right, I'm done. But then, so we get there. I have the ring. So for the most part, like the ring was just in my carry-on bag. But now it's in my fanny pack. Like I have it on me. I got it from this Instagram account that she had shown me a couple years ago. It's called Or Jewelry.
It's made of candy.
It's very pretty. Yeah, it's candy. She already ate it. But it's very like ethereal, kind of like Lord of the Ringsy. Like it's not. I didn't want to do like a big like stone.
Yeah.
It's got like a nice stone, but it's very something that's like very elegant, but something she could wear every day. I saw it and I immediately was like, this is the perfect one. Wow. So I got it, and then so we go on this. It's a giant, there's a lake near Mount Fuji. You get on a big pirate ship and it takes you from one end to the other. And I was like, I'll propose to her on the boat. Now I went on Reddit before to like kind of see what the move was, what goes like what goes on the ship. And they were like, for like $3, bump up to first class. And then there's another deck up there. It's less crowded.
It's the proposal deck. So you're like,
I'm in. So I was like, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then so we get up there. I'm like panicking.
Oh.
And then
I did see the video, and yes, you were, and it's adorable, dude. It's great.
Dude.
It's great, dude. She great.
Also, if you guys watch the video, so I hand the camera to a random lady.
Oh man.
Who was American.
Okay.
And I go, hey, can you take a picture of us? Angela, my fiance, turns around. I flash the ring and go, and the lady's like, oh, and then so I have Angela do the Titanic pose. I just need her to turn around. I go, can you do the Titanic pose? She yes and bits. She loves it. She's like, okay. So she turns around.
She goes, here's my bit boyfriend again. I'll do a bit for him, no problem.
So here's how I thought. Yeah, literally. She's like, I'll do whatever bit this idiot wants to do. Here's how I had so much more to say.
Oh,
but
no,
also,
dude.
She's had this long day. It's very hot. She turns around. She's like, the first thing she said, she goes, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Not in like a, why are you doing it? But just like surprised. She's like, oh, what are you doing? Like caught off guard. And I wanted to say all this like, ever since you've been in my life, you've changed everything about it. But I was like, I could tell. Because here's the thing. I went with the more private deck because there's a fine line between like proposing and putting her on the spot in front of a ton of strangers.
Yes,
and I could tell
is.
she felt a little on the spot. So
Yes.
I was like,
because there's people around.
Right. I was like, she's fine, but I didn't want to have it linger for too long.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I was like, I was like, I love you so much. You mean the world to me. Will you marry me? And she was like, yes. And then we kissed. And then what was nice is there was so many strangers who came up and they were like, barely spoke English. They're like, airdrop. And they airdropped us a bunch of videos and stuff.
What?
Yeah. So,
Dude,
so we have a ton of
Japanese
angles.
people are the best. That's amazing.
They are the best. Okay, they're the best. They're the nicest. I also have a hat that said Dodgers in Japanese on it, and you would have thought the consulate sent me.
Yeah.
Everybody, old women would walk by and they'd go,
This
Dodgers.
That's the thing. This hat.
Hell yeah, dude.
Ichiro played for the Mariners.
Oh,
and
so-
that's their most popular baseball player. Every time I went there, they'd be like, Ichiro.
Ichiro, dude.
There's a poster.
He's everywhere.
There's
It's
a picture
awesome.
of me drinking next to a poster of Ichiro, and I look exactly like him. Because when I smile, I look very Asian.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And so and everyone's like, oh, that Ichiro. And everyone kept like putting me in front of the poster and like making me pose. I have to show you the picture.
Oh, that's
and all these
hilarious.
Japanese people were just taking a picture of me because I had the Mariners hat on. And it was just like,
so
Ichiro. And
That's
I
so
was like,
fun.
they love me here.
That's great.
And then they saw my tattoos, like, mafia. And actually, no, we hate you. You're dangerous.
Yuck.
Oh my
Man.
God. I loved it. Dude, okay. Well, now I kind of want to talk about Japan.
Yeah, we can.
Because you've been a ton of times.
Twice, thrice. I think three times.
If you want to talk
3
about
times.
what I've really, truly been nerding out about and
Yes.
dorked out about,
Yes.
to the point where it's
Japanese people. No, just kidding.
yes, I am not kidding when I say this. I mean this 100%. My favorite sport in the world now is sumo wrestling.
Oh wow, that is pretty nerdy.
I watch it.
Yep.
Yep. We were in Japan while a tournament was going on.
It starts with an R, the district, right? In Tokyo. I stayed.
Oh, there's like a sumo district.
Yeah, there's a sumo
Ooh.
district.
Maybe. I don't know
Yeah.
that confidently enough to guess.
Yeah.
But our favorite excursion that we did is kind of how they have medieval times here. We
Yeah.
did this thing where we got a dinner package for an exhibition sumo thing where they taught us about it. And I have 10 minutes of material on sumo
Oh
now.
my God.
But the wrestlers were so funny and I learned so much about it that I was like, as a dumb American, I was always like big guys pushing each other around.
Yeah.
Now it genuinely is my favorite sport. I watch highlights all the time. I'm so excited for this next tournament. I have my favorite wrestlers that I love. I fell in love with the sport while I was there. It's so cool. It's so
What
fun.
was it about that? Because I feel like I'm where you were before as an ignorant American, where I'm like, I absolutely respect it, but I have no idea about what it is.
Yeah.
And just surface level, I'm like, okay, it's big Japanese guys
Yeah.
grabbing themselves, throwing themselves out of the ring. That's kind of the whole sport. What was it about the sport that you learned that made you go, oh, actually,
Yeah.
this is now my favorite?
I think because for me, it really came from the ignorance of like, they're just all big fat guys.
Yeah.
And really what they are is they're so strong. The weight is a side effect of that because the whole point is you don't want to. So there's 2 ways to lose
I
in
love
sumo,
this.
essentially.
I know.
I could go through the
Let 'em
rankings and all
fly.
that
Oh,
stuff.
we got another 10 minutes. Let's go, brother. Take us home.
There's 2 ways to lose in sumo. You could either get pushed out of the ring or your
die.
hands or your body fall on the ground. Like you're
Oh.
off your 2 feet. So if you get pushed to the ground on your hands, you lose, right? So they are so strong in their base. Their legs and their arms and their core are so incredibly strong. But also part of that is like you want to be hard to move. So a lot of times they eat and then directly go to sleep. So you put on a lot of weight. That's like
Oh.
a side effect of that.
Did
you
you
know?
have the sumo dish
Yeah.
when you were there?
One of the best things we
So
ever ate. It was like
fucking-
What
a
is it?
chicken hot pot.
Yeah, it's like a soup that sumo wrestlers
God.
eat, and it's so rich. What?
Oh my God. Producer
it's
It
so
Alex.
was
rich.
probably
Yeah.
one of the best things we ate while we were
That's-
there. It was so good.
I think it was Asakusa was the district I was in, but that was a sumo district.
I think Asakusa was where
You had your dinner.
we did
Yeah.
it too. It was
Yeah.
Asakusa or near Shibuya.
I knew it was an exit past Akihabara, but
Okay,
that's
cool.
where the sumo district is, and and the whole thing was all the sumo soup restaurants are there.
And I
Awesome.
think I
Yeah.
think what part of it was too is like even after the thing, I was like, that was fun. But then what helped is there was an active tournament happening, and it's just televised. Like, if you're looking to get into sumo, like they happen. So instead of seasons, like, you know, there's football season, baseball season, there's, I think, 4 or 5 tournaments a year in Japan that are 15 days straight. So 15 days, each wrestler fights once. Every day they fight once a day, 15 times total.
Oh crap,
that's crazy.
And it's televised for free in Japan. So we're, you know, at night it's going on.
Is it like a bracket thing, like elimination kind of thing? Oh, gotcha.
So the way it works is it's also so incredibly hard to get to the top ranks of sumo. It's incredible. So the top rank of sumo is called Yokozuna. There's 2 right now.
I love this.
That is a title that you earn. You cannot lose that.
Wow,
you cannot
it's for
lose
life.
That. But all the other ones, you can be demoted. So the second one below that is called Ozeki. You can make it all the way to Ozeki, and if you get you fight 15 times in a match.
Yeah.
If you, for 2 tournaments in a row, you get a losing score, so you go 8-7.
Sure.
Or something like that. If you do that twice, you can be demoted from Ozeki. And you can go all the way down to the juniors. The top ranks of sumo are the only ones that get paid. And they get paid on the spot. It's crazy. If you watch the last couple matches in sumo, they will get envelopes full of yen. If you watch the end celebration tournament of whoever wins a sumo tournament, you get money, you get beef, you get year's supply of beer.
You become a golden god, basically.
It's incredible, but also it's
that's part of the televised event.
It's all and
the same
also,
way we have like trophy ceremonies and shit.
Right,
for
so each sumo match between 2 wrestlers is usually no longer than 35-40 seconds.
Yeah,
they're quick, and what they do is the Japan just televises them for free, but they post them for free on YouTube the next day. So it's a very easy, you don't need a subscription to get into. I watch when I came back in town, I watched on Twitch, there's a guy named Midnight Sumo who streams in English, talks about the wrestlers, all the ranking and stuff. It's so incredible watching, especially because I could do hours on sumo. One of the biggest things is that I learned is there's
his time increments keep going up and up and up. He's like, I can do 10 minutes. I can do hours.
I can't wait to talk about Souls games. You're like, wrestling though. We gotta talk sumo wrestling.
There's no divisions in sumo that are height, weight, age. So there are people that have maybe 150, 200 pounds on somebody who are 30 years older, who've been doing it longer. You have to face, if you're in the rankings, you face everybody. So watching wrestling matches with guys who are maybe a foot shorter, like 100 pounds lighter,
that's also why I kind of like
win.
And they win. It's incredible. It's so fun.
Dude.
Yeah, I love that. The only weird, I shouldn't say weird, but the only like Japanese like sport thing I got into was I watched this anime. I think I talked about the Genroku Senju thing.
Maybe now describe it because I don't remember what those words mean.
Okay, I watched this.
Please translate what you just said.
I watched this anime called Shoya Rengoku Rakugo Senju. Genroku
Which means?
Rakugo Senju, which means descending stories. But
descending stories.
Rakugo is the basis of the show, and it's like the anime is incredible. It's very haunting. It's very beautiful. It's about these 2 protagonists. One is a really good Rakugo performer, but is an alcoholic, and one of them is like a prodigy who wants to be as good as him.
And Rakugo is music?
No, it's a form of sit-down comedy in Japan.
You mean, you mean stand-up comedy, Lisa?
Yeah.
Sit-down comedy?
Sit-down
What is that?
So, like,
my God.
So it was, I watched it because I was like, oh, this seems relatable, you know, an alcoholic that's good at what they do. Anyway, but it is an old style of entertainment in Japan where you wear like the yakutas, or what's it called? You know, the
kimono.
The kimonos.
More like traditional.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they sit down and they tell like a very elaborate story. It's either very funny or it's very sad.
I think I've seen a guy on TikTok who always talks about
it. And it's so beautiful because of the way that they tell the story. It's supposed to be like entertaining, and they made an anime out of it, and they would animate the stories that they're talking about.
Oh, that's cool.
And they start out really like funny, and then they get really spooky and like scary and sad, and then they end like really like beautifully. And so I got so into it because I was like, this is so, I've never seen this form of entertainment in my life.
Yeah.
And then I went to Japan and I was in Fukuoka and they had free Rakugo outside. I had no idea what the fuck they were saying, but I was so into it because I was like, everybody was just so into the story, and like I would know when to laugh when other people were laughing. because I could just tell that part of the story was so funny, and I was
the way they deliver something. You could deliver something in another language, and it's like a punchline
and then like
so great.
and then like there was parts of the story that were very like emotional, and you could tell like the storyteller's getting really emotional, and then I was like, holy fuck, dude, this is so cool. Like we don't have a form of that.
Y'all bring it to the US. Y'all bring it.
Yeah.
So is that anime? Is each episode then a different?
It like goes
animation
through,
studio?
so it goes through the lives of the two protagonists.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Are the protagonists fictional?
Yeah.
So they're making this up for I thought it was, do you guys remember, wasn't there a show like on Comedy Central like 10, 15 years ago where they would animate with cartoons and stuff, like a stand-up comedian's bit? Am I misremembering something?
No, you're right. I don't know.
It's not like puppets. It's not Crank Yankers. It's not.
But
there
like
was
Drunk History. It's something different.
Yes, but there was like hey, we're gonna take a stand-up comics bit.
Yeah, it was the Shorties thing.
I think so. I think so. That was really fun.
This is
not crazy.
Okay, good.
This is
That's
an actual
cool. And they
anime.
should,
And then each episode would be a different story, and it follows
oh my
the
God,
two lives.
please, both of you, one of you attempt this in English,
Yeah, let's
wearing
do it.
traditional Japanese
No,
garb.
instead-
Get out on stage.
Instead, we're
No,
gonna be
you do
wearing,
it.
like,
You try
we're
it. You
gonna-
try it.
We're gonna be wearing red robes that are velvet.
Wear that.
Rebel
Wear those
cigar in one
overalls.
hand,
Wear
yeah.
those overalls. Sit down and say,
It
"Stay
was-
out of my
Dude,
backyard."
I will look so racist.
Yeah.
People will scroll and
Hey,
see
can I
that,
t-
and they'll go,
Can I-
report.
I
hey,
mean,
I'm
it's
sitting
the
down.
same-
I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Now listen up.
It's
15 minutes. Like, whoa,
It's the same
this is
thing with,
crazy.
Like, watching Japanese baseball versus American baseball.
Yeah,
because
I'm sure
of the
it's
way
so
they
different.
celebrate it.
You told me that each player has their own theme song, and the entire crowd like sings along with it.
It's
That's
crazy.
awesome, dude.
I watched a lot of baseball anime. That's the only reason I know about
Yep.
baseball so much.
Hey man,
And-
the world's getting smaller and smaller. I feel like some of that stuff, everything you guys are describing, I wouldn't be surprised if sumo ends up being an American sport in the next generation or two. Like,
I'm surprised
why
it's
not?
not. We have enough
Yeah,
fat
dude.
guys.
I was also under the impression that all wrestlers, you had to be Japanese. That's not the case.
No, isn't there American people over there
Not
wrestling?
There was not in the top divisions right now. There's a lot of Mongolian wrestlers. Mongolians have a
cool.
really good they
core. They have a really good core.
Yeah, there's just a lot of
Any
a lot of
Samoans?
very famous sumo wrestlers are also Mongolian.
Yeah.
But there's a Ukrainian wrestler who's doing incredibly well right now. There's a few. I think there's one or two Russians at least in the top.
Damn.
Top division. But
I'm gonna see
I
Noah
was
doing
surprised
some
by that.
sumo wrestling. That's gonna be your
Dude.
next thing.
Yeah.
Me do some sumo wrestling.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I'm not about to
Just
not about to
kidding.
slip a nut in front of my friends and family. They had when we did this exhibition thing, they had people in the audience come up and like wrestle with the
And
wrestlers.
they just picked them
And
up.
it was like a
they're
lot of kids, and it was like
yeah.
very funny. And like
Yeah.
obviously they were professionals. They were they were
Yep.
funnier than I'll ever be.
Yeah,
but
they're
I was
funny.
like, I turned to my fiance and I was like, I just had 2 bowls of soup. I'm not going to throw up in front of people I don't know. Like,
two bowls.
because I asked for they
good
offered
on you.
seconds,
Good
and
on
I was
you.
like,
Good on you.
yeah,
Good on
I'm
you.
at more.
Good on
Yeah,
you that you
I-
weren't an American standing up like, oh, fight him. Good on you. That
I
you,
think
yeah.
now
Nice.
that I've been to Japan enough times, I think next time I go, I want to do more cultural things.
Yeah,
Because it's
for
like,
sure.
I've already seen.
We did the touristy stuff. I love how their cities are, especially in Tokyo and in and around Tokyo, the neighborhoods. I love going up and down the buildings that are anime and manga and comic books and video games and shopping for old retro video games. I love that shit. It's very touristy. It's I'm looking around, it's just a bunch of white guys and American people just like, oh, look at this old Nintendo game. I'm there. I love it. But
Sure.
I agree with you. I want to do more like cultural stuff that is, I went to like a temple and I saw some of the statues and I need to do more of that shit for sure.
The
But it's
coolest
great.
thing I went to was a ninja temple in Kanazawa.
Whoa.
No English tour guide, all Japanese.
Yeah, good.
And you got to see all the entrapments and traps that they had inside the temple. It was the coolest tour I ever did in my life. And they just kept apologizing to us after every time they explained something because we couldn't understand. But
Yeah,
I'm like,
you know,
we
it's
see
fine.
what you're doing.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
We see the trap. Like, you don't have to explain this to us. And it was the
Yeah.
coolest thing ever.
And I think what I loved about Japan is like, and this was my worry too, is like when we were going, it's like, I don't want to be the tourist that people are like, oh, these annoying tourists. Like,
Yep,
having
totally.
respect, I think truly if you go to Japan and just try a little bit to learn a couple phrases,
Absolutely.
it will be so appreciated.
all you need
And
is
like,
sumimasen.
yeah,
Arigato gozaimasu. Oh my God, dude.
also,
Japanese businessmen were like, oh.
if you ever go back to Tokyo, there was a spot we went to in Asakusa nearby where we were staying. There's a Ninja Turtle bar called Kawabunga.
Oh my God, I want to go there
This guy
so fucking bad.
loves Ninja Turtles so much. It's like like
Stop.
I think 10 people could sit in this bar, but
Oh
he's
my
got all
God.
the retro, like old, like live action.
No, I need you to stop. I need you to stop because
Dude,
I'm like,
it's
I'm
the
going to
best.
leave tonight. Like I
It's the
can't.
best. The guy who runs this
God.
place was so incredibly nice, but it's just he has it's like a green like
Yeah.
It's like
beer.
the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure
Oh my
bar
God.
It's
in
so
Bardio. It was just all this like
called
I'm like
Cowabunga, dude.
the bar is
Dude,
this
we'll
big,
go.
but I'm like there's millions of dollars
We'll
worth of merch in here.
No joke.
Yeah.
I was
That's
just
so
talking
wild.
about travel and international travel, not with you in the car on the way over, but with some other friends. And because I've been doing so much traveling with my girlfriend and her, like, you know, convention opportunities and stuff, I was kind of like, straight up, I think I've got my bucket list. I'm done. There's
Yeah.
no really other place. Although, to be fair, somebody pointed out to me, they're like, oh, well, you got to go to like, you got to go to Hong Kong. It's probably amazing. And I was
Hong
like,
Kong's
actually, yes,
beautiful.
that would be
Yes.
really cool.
Mhm.
Or
Taiwan, too.
Thailand, Taiwan. I'm sure all those places are like amazing, but like, is there any place like I haven't even been to London yet? I'm gonna go in the fall.
I go to London tomorrow.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's going to London tomorrow, but I haven't been.
Boy, I can tell.
Yeah, boy, listen up, bro. And I'm sure it's lovely, but I'm not like dying to see Big Ben or whatever the
Sure.
fuck.
Yeah.
Truly, I keep thinking I'm like, I just want to keep going back to Tokyo. I
Yeah.
just want to keep going back to Japan because I have such amazing cool shit there.
We're also
And
into
I also
Japanese
loved
shit.
I also loved New Zealand. I loved Wellington and I loved New Zealand. It was super beautiful, super dorky. Talking about Lord of the Rings. I mean, to go down there to
I
go
like
to
how
Middle
you
Earth.
had the ring.
Stop,
I like you
dude,
did this
stop.
Lord of the
Dude, that would make me
Rings.
cream if
It's
I
go-
went.
oh, you never been?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm such a
Listen,
Lord of the Rings
We could
freak.
sit here and talk to Noah for
Then let's
hours
keep going. Hey,
about everything.
let's keep doing it. But we got to do some Patreon episodes. We were about wrapped up with this.
I know.
But hey, Lisa, real talk. Do you just want to have him on the Patreon episodes? Let's just do it. He's hanging out.
Yeah, be on
Let's
our
do it.
Patreon
I
episode.
want to keep talking about this shit.
That way, people are watching episodes like, wait, I
It'd be
want
an honor.
Everett.
Yeah, it'd
I was
be an
just
honor,
like,
please.
that way, the people watching this episode
Yeah.
are like, wait, we want to see the Patreon.
We have to talk about. Here's what we're gonna talk.
You
Here's
gotta
a little tease.
subscribe to the Patreon.
Here's a little tease for the Patreon. We're gonna ask Noah his favorite Ninja Turtle. We're gonna ask Noah his favorite member of the Fellowship. These questions are so important. They are make or break for me.
And
They
are on a paywall.
and
that
they
you
are on a
must
paywall.
And you're not going to
Whoa.
get them for free, fuckers.
Yeah. That's right, you stupid fucks.
Anyways, Noah, thank you for joining our free episode
Literally,
today.
this is the most fun I've had. I appreciate this so much. This
Since
is
you
so great.
proposed.
Literally, all of these conversations sit and fester in me because I have nobody else to talk about them with except my
isn't
fiance.
that beauty? I mean, I am a stand-up comic, but sometimes when a stand-up comedy podcasts are so like,
Isn't the state of comedy crazy? I'm like, I
Yeah.
want to talk about how
You
sumo
can't joke
wrestlers are
around
very
about
impressive
anything.
athletes.
listen, not everything has to be a punchline. I want to talk about passion.
Passion,
Like sumo
passion,
wrestling.
more energy, more passion.
But anyways, that concludes our episode today. Thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you later, dorks.
Bye.